Coming up, we're recapping the best of the winter sports seasons.
And we'll take a look at Penn State athletics, including lacrosse, as the Big Ten tournament continues.
Plus, a look at how District 6 teams have performed during the spring season so far. After the Whistle starts now.
Hello and welcome to After the Whistle. Our crews have traveled all over District 6 to bring you the latest on their spring sports. Live in University Park, I'm Mike Bulger.
And I'm Eric Morris. In today's wrap-up show, we will recap the best in the district for wrestling, basketball, bocce, baseball, volleyball, and lacrosse. All that and more coming right up.
I'm Justin Chevalella, rounding out our anchoring crew tonight. This wrestling season in District 6 has crushed it. Fittingly, the Bishop McCourt Crimson Crushers have led the way with powerful performances. Our own Massimo Manfra has the story.
This season, Bishop McCourt Wrestling had a fantastic year, going 18-1 in team duels and being crowned district and regional champions, as well as state runner-ups. This season was led by their highly touted talent, Bo Bassett, Jax Forrest, Sam Herring, and Devin Magro. Alongside them in their 314-point scoring regional championship team were young talents such as Jaden O'Farrell, Keegan Bassett, and Eli Herring, who flourished in their freshman year. McCourt ended their season at states with 4 state champions, with Forrest, Magro, Bo Bassett, as well as Melvin Miller claiming victory.
From Bishop McCourt, Devin Magro.
McCourt is not finished, though, as many of their wrestlers look ahead to an action-packed summer, with the U.S. Open this past weekend in Las Vegas, where Jax Forrest took home victory at the senior level, as well as U20 World Juniors later this summer before Bishop McCourt returns to the PIAA mats next year. For After the Whistle, I'm Massimo Manfra.
Well, guys, it's no secret that Pennsylvania is one of, if not the best states in the country for high school wrestling. So to have one program in our area with 4 state champions, it's really impressive.
Yeah, I mean, it ends up translating to the college level, too, because the most dominant wrestling program in collegiate wrestling right here at Penn State.
Penn State and Bishop McCourt making Pennsylvania proud.
They are. McCourt Wrestling, though, they weren't the only team from the school to make their mark on the season, as the Lady Crushers basketball team took a stab at the state championship glory. Reporter Mac Leach tells us more.
Finishing with a 26-5 record and a trip to Hershey for the state championship, Bishop McCourt girls basketball had a monumental season. Early in the season, the Crusaders marked their 1,000th program win against Greater Johnstown, backed by countless standout players. Sophomore Zoe Ferguson made herself seen in the championship game against Berlin Brothers Valley, scoring 12 points and getting 15 rebounds. Jumping to the District 6 championship, it was junior Emma Proust punching McCourt's tickets to the 2A finals. She set a personal record with 27 points in a single game to take down Penn's Manor. Seton Hall commit Cammie Beppler led the Crusaders as a captain through their state run, proving herself as a key player on and off the court. She joined the short list of players to hit 1,000 career points in Bishop McCourt's history. The Crusaders would end their 2024 to 2025 season as PIAA 2A state runner-ups, making this a year for the school record books. Reporting for After the Whistle, I'm Mac Leach.
Thanks, Mac. This season was also exciting for one of the area's newest sports. High school unified bocce has become a staple of the Center County community and is a part of Special Olympics Pennsylvania. This year, of the 400 unified schools in the state, 297 competed in bocce. Center County is a part of the Southern Wilds region, and all 5 public schools in the county were represented after Penns Valley added a team this season. In the regular season, Bald Eagles' 2 teams finished both first and second with an 80% win percentage between the two. Bald Eagle Area Team 2 won the regional tournament and was sent to compete at the state championships in Hershey. They were ultimately edged out by Blackhawk High School, but finished in the top 8 of the state.
That was our goal this year. was just to make it to regionals. So we met that goal, to make it further for us than we have in the last 2 years.
Yeah,
so,
every year we kind of set a little higher, and this was our goal for this time.
So to even
to get to regionals.
was awesome. That meant a lot to us.
From one of the newest sports in the state to now one of the most dominant, our athlete of the year is Bishop McCourt's Jax Forrest. After winning a PIAA 2A state title in 2024, Forrest looked to continue his dominance in his junior season. The Oklahoma State commit did just that, wrestling to a perfect 50-0 record and another state title, this time at 133 pounds. The title was one of 4 for a powerful Bishop McCourt team that finished second amongst 2A schools in Hershey. Outside of the high school ranks, Forrest has made his presence known, recently beating former NCAA champ and world team member Seth Gross by tech fall in the 61-kilogram bracket at the United States Open, taking home a U.S. Open national title. In the quarterfinal, Forrest also beat a former NCAA champ, Nashawn Garrett, by tech fall. With a stellar start to his career, there is no doubt Jax has a tremendous future in a state that is renowned by its wrestling talent.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because obviously my freshman year I lost once, my sophomore year I lost twice. So, my goal is to be the best that I can be, and to do that you got to go undefeated. So it feels good. I know I'm getting the right steps to where I want to be.
Sophomore Morgan Ruggery is coming off an impressive freshman season, and she was a key piece in Bishop Guilfoyle's second straight state championship run. Ruggery scored a career-high 30 points this season on December 20th against Central, leading the Marauders to a 53-29 victory. On a team with only one senior, Ruggery stepped up all season long, especially when the lights were the brightest. She had 14 points in the state semifinals to send BG back to the championship game in Hershey. Once back in Hershey, she had another solid performance, scoring 13 to contribute to another title win. For her stellar performance this year, Ruggery was named Altoona Mirror's Player of the Year, Altoona Mirror's first team, and the PA Sports Writers Class A second team All-State.
We did it last year. We were a really young team, and then this year we thought we were going to have a little bit some juniors, but due to injury we didn't, so we were just as young. So to be able to kind of every game kind of just get better together and mature together has been really fun.
This year, District 6 was home to a lot of talented teams, but only one of them could be our Team of the Year. That award goes to the PIAA 1A Girls Basketball State Champions, the Bishop Guilfoyle Lady Marauders. Nate Johns has the story.
The Bishop Guilfoyle Lady Marauders brought home their second straight PIAA 1A Girls Basketball Championship. After injuries hurt the team, young stars like freshman Leona Williams and sophomores Ann Berlin Petreka and Morgan Ruggery helped to keep the winning times rolling in Altoona.
I'm feeling really good. To do it last year it was really cool, but to do it again it's really special.
The Lady Marauders opened their title defense by capturing the District 6 1A girls title over Bishop Carroll, and a couple weeks later they took down the Lady Huskies once again, this time to advance to the state title game as Hershey Kisses rained in from the ceiling. The team would dominate District 3 champion Linville Hill to capture their second straight state championship.
It's great. We did it last year. It was super great. The feeling, it just never gets old.
The team not only has great support from their fan base off the court, but they do a great job of supporting each other on the court as well, and that team chemistry is the reason why the team was able to bring home yet another state title.
I think they just love each other off the floor, and that's such an advantage on the floor. I tell my kids all the time, I've coached teams that don't click as well as they do off the court, and you can tell.
For After the Whistle, I'm Nate Johns.
Thanks, Nate. From success on the court to success on the mat, District 6 has it all.
That's right, Mike, and our reporter Ethan Brinzer has more. Ethan?
Thanks, guys. Penn State wrestling is coming off a national championship, and while they might be losing some key starters, the Nittany Lions are bringing in some outstanding wrestlers to replace them.
Penn State wrestling just finished another incredible season. The team won its 12th national championship under head coach Cale Sanderson, broke the points record for the second year in a row, and had 2 wrestlers win individual national titles. But Penn State is not slowing down. Along with only losing 3 starters, they have the top recruiting class in the country. Coming in from State College is 2-time PIAA champion Asher Cunningham. He is currently the number 18th ranked recruit in the nation. Cunningham always had Penn State influence, as his father, Casey Cunningham, is an assistant coach in the program. and he will look forward to the work that he will put in wearing the blue and white.
It's a stacked room at Penn State, so I'm really excited to just get better, train with the best, and I'm trying to become the best, so I gotta train with the best.
Cunningham will likely wrestle at either 174 or 184 pounds for the Nittany Lions. Also from District 6 is Dalton Perry from Central Mountain. Committed since he was a freshman, Perry was excited to wrestle for the Nittany Lions for a while now. He won the state championship as a freshman and placed top 3 in his other 3 years. Penn State also landed Nate Desmond from Wyoming Seminary. He is a 2-time state champion and a national prep champion. Desmond won a state title with current Nittany Lion Luke Lillidahl in 2024 and will look to win with him again for Penn State in the future. Penn State remains the gold standard for high school wrestlers dreaming big, and this 2025 class could be the next chapter in a historic run. The dynasty isn't slowing down, it's just getting started.
Thank you, Ethan. Coming up next, we'll switch gears to take a look at Penn State sports.
And a few more spring superlatives are on deck, including our top 5 plays of the semester.
Today, the Penn State baseball team is hosting their country night, yeehaw, against Rider. The team has a 25-17 record and returns home after being swept by UCLA last weekend. We take you over to Medler Field where our reporter Owen Camaros is live. Howdy, Owen.
Howdy, y'all. Penn State. Well, the storm yesterday that ravaged most of State College did relatively little to Medler Field at LeBron Park. A few wall panels were knocked down, but most of the field was left untouched. That means there will be baseball today. Now let's turn to that game. Penn State baseball plays against the Rider Broncs. The Broncs are led by one of the best offensive players in the country in Joe Tiroli. Tiroli has an on-base percentage of .511 and is slugging over .800. He's 7th in the nation in slugging. Penn State baseball, their pitching staff is going to do a good job slowing down his offensive prowess. And that pitching staff struggled in their 3-game loss to UCLA, in which they did not give up, in which they allowed over 6 runs in each of the games. Can Penn State stop Joe Tiroli? Well, if you have a TV and have power, you should tune in and find out. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Owen. The Penn State men's volleyball team season has been full of ups and downs, but after clinching the EIVA title, the Nittany Lions have found themselves in the NCAA tournament. Our reporter Brooke Casey has more.
If chaos had a playbook, Penn State men's volleyball team might have written it this year. A team that began their season 0-7 went on to claim the Nittany Lions' 37th EIVA crown in program history and earn a trip to the NCAA tournament.
We started off 0-7, and that's, about as bad as it can get to start a season, but never once did any of these guys kind of falter or feel like we were separated at all. We were brothers at the beginning of the year, we were brothers all the way through, and I think that's kind of helped bring us to where we are now.
This season quickly became all about the bounce back as the Nittany Lions struggled to hold on to a steady rhythm, flipping in and out of the win column all season long. Regardless, the team's spirit never wavered.
That right there encapsulates what our culture is. It's not 6 guys on the court playing. It's a team that believes in each other, that wants the best for each other, that'll hold each other accountable, but loves each other for what they do.
Penn State relied on a blend of experience this season, from senior Will Coons to freshman Gabe Gabriels, and everything in between with players like Sean Harvey and Owen Rose, but it was transfer Miller Truby who provided an extra boost.
Our approach has been pretty consistent this whole year, and just, we stayed together and we did what we got to do tonight. So I think that really helped out.
Penn State entered the EIVA tournament as the 3 seed after missing an opportunity to be number 1 and the host. They lost 18 sets in conference play this season, but swept all 3 matches in the EIVA tournament, including against regular season champs Princeton for the title. Head coach Mark Pavlik says his team followed the path of 2 others at Penn State, the women's volleyball team and men's hockey team, to stay positive when results weren't going their way.
And not giving up and not dwelling on the negative, a lot like men's ice hockey did, a lot like the women did when they were down to Nebraska. It was I think this group over the course of the year has been through some roller coaster rides that they've learned from. So see if we can keep it up.
Reporting for After the Whistle, I'm Brooke Casey.
Thanks, Brooke. From the court to the turf, the Johns Hopkins Blue Jays traveled to University Park to play the Penn State Nittany Lions in the first round of the Big Ten tournament. The Blue Jays and Nittany Lions meet at midfield to start this one. Early in the first, Luke Wallstrom feeds Ethan Long at the wing. He rips it in for the first goal of the game. Dylan Bauer then runs past his man and wins the one-on-one against Jack Frassian, getting Hopkins on the board. Kyle Lehman then takes an absolute shot at the crease, but he gets it to go. 3-1 Penn State. Off the draw, it's Brendan Leary with the jump shot and finish. Nittany Lions up by 2. 2 quick passes finds Lehman, who spins around, gets the score, his second of 4 goals on the day. Ethan Long sweeps across. Look at this. Paints top right corner. Penn State leads 13-9. Johns Hopkins would make it close with this Chuck Rawson goal, but it wasn't enough as Penn State holds on to win 13-12 and will face Maryland in the semifinals. The Nittany Lions started conference play 0-2 with losses to Ohio State and Maryland. Now, they've won their last 4 games to set up a rematch with the Terrapins. Reporter Alec Brown has more.
Penn State came up short of the Big Ten championship last year, losing to Michigan. Their road back to the finals this year started at home against Johns Hopkins, but not without adversity. Likely Big Ten Freshman of the Year Hunter Aquino was ruled out of the game, and Matt Traynor did not have his best game according to Coach Jeff Tambroni, which opened up an opportunity for others to step up.
I think it's a major positive because so many other guys got involved. I mean, 11 goals were scored by other guys not named Aquino and Traynor, and that's kind of what we've been looking for.
Sophomore Kyle Lehman was one of those players for Penn State, notching 4 of the team's 14 goals and scoring in every single quarter. He gives us credit for his performance to hard work and his former high school rivals, now turned teammates.
Shout out to Luke Wallstrom. We got together every day this week, work on this pick and rolls, which translated into these games. Last couple of weeks, I had one for Wally last week, and then this week I also did Amon. So we love those pick and rolls. It's something that not a lot of teams practice on.
After giving up 3 straight goals in the 4th quarter, Tambroni and the Nittany Lions went away from their normal style of play and went to a more possessive style of play.
And even though Penn State had some late game struggles, their defense came down to the wire and got the 1-goal win.
The Nittany Lions will travel to Ann Arbor to take on the #1 ranked Maryland in the Big Ten semifinals. Penn State will have another battle to come, as the Nittany Lions only have 2 all-time wins against the Terrapins. Reporting for After the Whistle, I'm Alec Brown.
Thanks, Alex. That was just Penn State's 7th win all-time against Hopkins, and a win that all but secures a spot in the NCAA tournament. It was a busy Saturday on campus because just up the hill from Panzer was football back in Beaver Stadium for the blue-white game. Bronwyn Leiber joins us now in studio with the takes on the non-traditional scrimmage.
Thanks, Mike. The Nittany Lions returned to Beaver Stadium after a historic playoff run last season. The blue-white game wasn't the same as previous years, but there was still a lot to take away from the scrimmage. Let's take a look. $700 million in renovations isn't the only change taking place at Beaver Stadium. The team that plays it inside is changing too. Penn State's offense will once again be a large center of discussion after the hole fell in the wide receiver position. After the Orange Bowl last year, wide receivers failed to record a single catch in the college football semifinals versus Notre Dame, where the Nittany Lions lost 27-24. Since then, they've brought in 3 transfers at the position, with the final receiver, Trevor Pena, committing just hours before kickoff of blue-white. As Penn State's annual spring blue-white game comes to a close, fans got their first look at the new wide receiver team, including transfers Kyron Hudson and Devontae Ross, who both took place in action in the game here today out on the field despite the Beaver Stadium renovations. Head coach James Franklin says their goal is just to create competition at every position.
You guys really got your first look at Hudson and Ross, and both of those guys we think have very, very bright futures. But we're going to need competition throughout the entire room.
Coach Franklin also shared how the stadium renovations has affected the team's ability to build this new chemistry and get in reps.
Today I thought we got a lot of work done. I think it was a little obvious that this was the first time that we've been in the stadium. I think it affected some guys. Typically we would come in every Saturday during spring ball and get some work in here, but with the stadium under construction, it was unavailable.
Penn State has until August 30th to build that chemistry with the team and stadium when they face Nevada at home to kick off the 2025 season. Despite the modifications and new roster, the white team managed to claim victory for the second year in a row with a score of 10-8. These new receivers specifically will get their first taste of a game in action on August 30th as the Nittany Lions welcome Nevada into Happy Valley to kick off the 2025 season. Now we'll take a look into some baseball and softball scores from around the District 6.
This spring, we got to cover some top-notch talent across District 6, but one student athlete had a major impact on our team's championship season. Leanna Williams is a freshman at Bishop Guilfoyle and was a key player in the Lady Marauders' quest to repeat as state champs. She averaged 8 points per game, and her best performance might have been in the state semifinal, where she scored 3 straight buckets to the second half. They capped their run to back-to-back state titles with a 53-34 win over Linville Hill, and now Williams and the Lady Marauders will look for the three-peat. With an impressive debut season in the books, Leanna Williams is our freshman to watch out for.
Now it's time for our team to watch. Hollidaysburg baseball has been dominating the competition so far. With an 11-3 record, they've scored more than 5 runs in all but 3 games this season in wins or losses. Catcher Caden Gibbons has provided the power for his team all year long, hitting multiple home runs. He is also solid behind the plate, easily catching runners who dare to steal. Although Hollidaysburg lost in the semifinals of the Curve Classic this year, they've stepped up where it matters in conference play. The Golden Tigers are first in the Laurel Highlands East and are on a 6-game winning streak. They have 6 more to play, including a game right now against Bellefonte at home.
We're very excited, feel very confident we can make another run this year. Hopefully we can do what we did last year and keep the good team morale and play the same way we did. Good baseball, not make a lot of errors, and just play good, clean baseball.
There have been some great teams in District 6 and beyond so far this season, including some district and state champions.
That's right, we've covered everything from baseball, lacrosse, softball, and volleyball.
Our reporter Brian Portney has more on the best from around the area.
The Central Dauphin Rams baseball team has had quite a few highlights this season, despite currently placing 7th in the Mid-Penn Commonwealth Division. The Bellefonte Red Raiders softball team has been slugging their way to the top of the Laurel Highlands East Division, boasting a 9-2 record through April 28th. They're looking to head back to the PIAA 4A state playoffs for the first time since 2023. The Phillipsburg Osceola Mountaineers softball team is looking like a contender heading into the month of May. Currently sitting at 3rd place in the Laurel Highlands East Division, the Mountaineers are looking to finish strong with just 6 games left in the 2025 regular season. The State College Little Lions boys volleyball team is posting a 5-3 record so far this season as they look to the district championship on May 22nd. On the turf, the State College Little Lions boys lacrosse team is crushing it with an 11-3 record through April 24th. They've had 8 victories of double-digit point margins this season. The Little Lions girls lacrosse team is also dominating in the Mid-Penn Conference so far this year. With a 9-4 record, they look to continue to build on a great season. The Altoona Mountain Lions boys volleyball team has had some struggles this season, but they have pushed through.
Our biggest focus is maintaining the confidence that we've picked up here tonight, continuing to move forward with that and clean up our game a little bit.
And they have continued to climb, having won the last 2 contests after dropping 4 straight games from late March to mid-April. From After the Whistle, I'm Brian Portman.
This semester has been eventful, and with that, we have had tons of top plays. Let's send it over to Sophia Koch to cut it down to just 5.
Thanks, Justin. This semester we saw plenty of great highlights across high school and college spring sports. So many, we even had to include 2 honorable mentions. As an honorable mention, Simon Mack receiving the dump-off pass and firing it for the post for the game winner in overtime. Another honorable mention, Eli Herring quickly pinning his opponent Logan Willis in just 8 swift seconds at the first round of state tournaments. At number 5, Ethan Downey for Westman Hilltops as he slides the puck right under the defender's skate and finishes for a goal, followed with a bow and arrow celebration. At number 4, it's women lacrosse in an overtime thriller where Erica Ho passes inside to Peyton Winsman, who shoots it inside and scores to seal the big win over Ohio State. At number 3, it's State College Ty Salazar throwing it up to Charlie Yarts for the alley-oop dump, swinging from the backboard. Number 2, senior attackman Matt Trainer gets the feed from down low and goes for the behind-the-back shot for his 4th goal against Colgate. Our top spot goes out to Michael Coyer. Locked in arms, Coyer gets the tackle. It keeps his momentum to spin his opponent onto his back for the spectacular pin. Coyer lays out the reverse takedown and gallops off in excitement. This was an exciting semester. It was hard to choose just 5 top plays, although these were the best. Back to you, Justin.
Thanks, Sophia. We have covered so many great teams this semester, and they are led by some great coaches that have changed these programs into winners.
Bishop McCourt wrestling coach Bill Bassett led the Crushers to a very productive season, having multiple state champions, including Bo Bassett and Jax Forrest.
Yeah, it makes us feel good for the simple fact that we know that we're going to have many years of, really good, good studs in this program. We knew coming into it that our freshmen had to step up, our underclassmen. And like you said, I think a lot of times Bo, Jackson, Sam, and Devin, they get a lot of, they get a lot of press and they get a lot of, just people they know how good they are, but these other guys get to show how good they really are too.
Bishop Guilfoyle girls basketball coach Christy Kack led the Lady Marauders to yet another state title and was named Coach of the Year for the 3rd time in her 7 years of coaching high school basketball.
I mean, it feels great. I know I've been asked already about the future, but I really just want them to enjoy this moment and soak it in because there are so many teams that want to be in their positions, and thankfully we've had the opportunity the last 2 years.
And Hollidaysburg baseball coach John Schinnell has been coaching the Golden Tigers for 26 years and has them at a record of 11-3 and 1st in the Laurel Highlands East Conference.
Early on here, we feel pretty good about this team. Like you said, last year was a good year. Came up a little bit short at the end. We have a lot of position players back with a lot of experience of playing baseball.
Each of these coaches have dominated in their respective sports and will continue to dominate for years to come. Reporting for After the Whistle, I'm Massimo Bonagoria.
Well, guys, the last 4 years have been really special. It's been awesome to work with y'all. I hope we cross again in the professional world.
Absolutely, Eric. Couldn't agree more myself.
It's been awesome to see After the Whistle grow from year 1 coming in with you guys and then now here.
It's been awesome. That's all we have for you this week. Tune in next fall at 11:30 for a Friday Night Light Show.
For more updates on our show and just exactly when everyone else will be starting back up again, follow us on X, Instagram, and TikTok at ATWPSU, and check out the Penn State Media website.
For Justin Chevrolet, Eric Morris, I'm Mike Bolger, signing off from University Park. We'll see you in the fall for football season right here on After the Whistle.